Welcome to Focus. This segment is an opportunity for us to focus on what matters with people, places, and things. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge. And on this edition of Focus, I sit down with Hope Reese, Director of the Monroe-Walton Center for the Arts. We talk a little about the history of the Arts Center and how she got started here.
It started with the Dillies, with Scott and Melanie Dilly. A lot of you know from Maid and Monroe. I've known the Dillies for many, many years. And when Scott was president of our board in 2015 or so, he invited me to serve on the board. So I served on the board, and Tyler Gregory was the director at that time. So I came onto the board, and I think my title kind of varied back and forth between different jobs. But I think finally I settled into kind of being a volunteer chair of, and that was my position on the board. And then Tyler moved on to greener pastures, and this job opened up, and I really wanted it. I don't know, I had a fire in my belly that I just really saw the potential in this place that was not yet realized. Not that I had any kind of grand plan at all. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just felt like it was all potential, you know, and we could really take this place and do something positive for the community for it.
And do you have any art talent? Is that,
no.
So you kind of came in here not as an artist.
No, and in my opinion, you don't need an artist running this place. A lot of people assume I am artistic, and I appreciate art, and I've learned a lot about art since coming here. But no, I'm not an artist. My background is in business management. My degree, I have a double major from Auburn, so War Eagle, but it's in psychology, which comes in handy in dealing with a lot of different people, and then also in management. So I have kind of a business degree too. So, and I come from, running small businesses, and so I think that kind of background suits this place better than an artist trying to run it.
In a business aspect, what are the challenges here?
The challenges are different now than they were when I first started. When I kind of first started, this place was kind of at a low point. There was not a whole lot of excitement here. Membership was down. It was open and that was, I think, a miracle that the place was still open, because it was kind of seen as a exclusive club for artists and not really a community art center. And so the challenge initially was finding our relevance in the community and our place to fit and to serve, to find that need and fill it. So it took a while to figure out that need. And for a long time, I remember in February, I'll be here 5 years as a director, and I remember my first couple of years thinking that this place is kind of like the old great aunt, and the fabulous old house, sitting frumpily by herself while the party was going on downtown. And I thought, we need to have a party here. We need to be a place where people are excited to come. So that was the initial challenge, is finding a place and finding the need. Right now, frankly, I think the challenge is keeping that relevance going, not resting on our laurels, and not sitting back and saying, okay, we've made it. It's what can we do next?
Do you see a difficult challenge coming out of 2020?
It was tough. I told somebody the other day that we're a COVID-free zone, and that I don't like to obsess about it because I can, like everybody. Don't like to talk about it all the time, like we can. So we've tried to keep this place safe and clean and happy.
And the talent that's in this community, were you surprised with how many talented individuals and artists there are?
Amazed. I mean, yeah, amazed at the level of dedication and generosity and the hard work. It's not easy being an artist. And yeah, a lot of amazing talent, amazing.
Do you think that a lot of artists think it's so difficult to be a part of the art center and they don't really know what the steps are?
Yeah. I mean, I hear it weekly, that somebody has lived in the community for years and never been in here. So that's a continual outreach, is getting people in here, yeah. Because our whole identity and branding, we tried to change from being an exclusive enclave for artists, which Monroe Art Guild conveyed. A guild is kind of a closed group. So we changed the name in 2016, I think, to Monroe-Walton Center for the Arts, and really wanted to focus on that outreach into the community. So we started with doing classes for disabled kids and adults, because Art for All is another part of our branding. And the Saturday soirees are drop-in workshops, so we usually have at least 2, sometimes up to 5 different workshops. It's easy, it's fast, they're all for beginners. Pottery, watercolor, different kinds of painting, different kinds of jewelry, almost always beading, something for kids. So we do those once a month, and we did have to stop in 2020, but we picked them back up, I think, in November or so of December of 2020, and started them back up and have continued on. And so we have anywhere from, a small crowd might be 40 or 50 people come in, to bigger crowds of, 100 or more people come in. And they may not all take our classes, but they're at least exposed to the things that we do here. And a lot of them do take classes and make something beautiful, and then they're amazed at what they do. And we've got fabulous teachers here, and we vet them. We're very careful about who we allow to teach here. We want it to be a fun, positive experience, because that's the other thing I've learned is people do want great art instruction, but really the number one thing they're looking for is community and fun, relationships. And so we provide that.
And do you think that this is a great opportunity here to get the children away from their devices because they're so glued to their phone or tablet?
It's really good. And art's good for the brain. It's good for your immune system. It gets you outside of yourself. It's good for anxiety and depression. So yeah, really good for kids.
What do you hope to see the Art Center here in 5-10 years from now?
I'd really like some of the messages that we have in general take root in other areas as well. The Art MD kits that we have, that are kits that we provide for free to hospitals, to EMTs, to doctors' offices, to DFACs and other places. I'd like to see those kind of spread all over the United States. Nobody else is doing those that I know of. There may be, but it's a pretty original idea with us. And not that we would do them, but just that idea to be spread to other art galleries. And just our general attitude of wanting art to be for all people, and not some snobby, thing. It's for everybody.
All right. Well, thank you, Hope, for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us.
Thank you for your time.